Hello everyone, I'm Mike, and since my DVR no longer suits my needs, I'm going to show you my new car video dashboard recorder. This DVR is the Anstar 10 inches dashcam rear view camera 4G version running Android 5.1. Starting with a package delivery, this is one of the first times that I've seen a product shipped in such a protective way, considering that it came from China. The whole package is high quality, so the first impressions are really good. Opening the box, the first thing we have is the DVR, which we will put to the side while we look at the accessories, which are the car charger, a night vision rear camera with a 6-meter cable, 2 rubber straps, and the GPS antenna. Because I want to have it working all the time, I also ordered an extra OBD to buck line. This allows the DVR to stay on even when the car is off. Just be aware it will drain your battery, so don't go on the holidays without disconnecting it. A quick look at the manual reveals well written and honestly more detailed instructions than what I was originally expecting. Let's finally grab the shiny DVR. It looks fancy and it is a bit bigger than most cars' rear view mirrors, so it will also give you a wider field of view of the rear passenger area. In terms of construction, most of the body is either plastic or thin aluminum. You can adjust the angle of the front view camera, but unfortunately it doesn't slide out like some of the alternative models. On the bottom of the device there is just a power button, and on the top you have a mini USB power connection, the headphone-alike jack connection for the rear view camera, the GPS connection, and SD card and SIM card slot. Regarding the SD card, even though this device has 16 GB of internal memory, a memory card is required for the software included in the device to be able to record video. I will be using a 64 GB Class 10 SD card. After connecting the power to the DVR, we are given a very simple interface. Remember, this is running Android 5.1, so you can replace the launcher and install some useful apps if you want to. Because I'm currently living in Germany, they were kind enough to preset it to German, but because it's not my main language, I'm going to reset it to English. If you're worried about it not supporting your language, don't be, as it supports all the originally supported Android 5 languages. I will also be connecting it to my Wi-Fi, just to quickly check if there are any pending updates. In my case, the firmware was already the newest one, but some apps needed to update. The DVR comes preloaded with very few apps, which are the standard Android Internet Browser, DVR, which allows you to see the real-time footage of the cameras as it records, Car Player, which allows you to see the previously recorded footage, File Manager, FM Station, which allows you to stream the audio from the device into your car on whatever frequency you want, KM Player, which is basically a video player, and Sidejack, which is a pretty nice GPS navigation app. I found the device relatively responsive. Don't forget, this is a very limited piece of hardware running Android, so the more resources an app needs, the slower the device will be. This is running a MT6735 quad-core 1.3 GHz processor and has 1 GB of RAM. This time I decided not to record the whole installation process. If you have any doubts, you may refer to my previous DVR video where I go into a bit more detail regarding the installation. The whole installation process is pretty simple. Put the new DVR where your car rear view mirror is and use the rubber straps to pin it. Then connect the power, GPS and rear view camera cables. Insert your SD card and you are done. You can also use a SIM card, but it is optional and you only really need it if you want to be notified if there was a collision or a nearby movement when the car is parked, or if you want, for example, to create a Wi-Fi hotspot from your mobile network for you and all your passengers. Installing this on my 2011 Honda Civic was kind of a pain. Unlike the last one, not only took a lot of time to install the rear view cables because it was thicker than the old cables, I also had to completely rotate my mirror for it to fit correctly. Regarding the power cable, it comes with a cable that you can connect to your cigarette lighter, or if you bought a buck line, then you will be connecting it to the ODB connector from your car instead. The resolutions of the camera are as follows. The front camera resolution is full HD and has a 170 degree wide angle. The rear camera is 140 degrees and 720p. But more on the true capabilities of the cameras later. Once everything was connected, it was finally time to start the car. And first of all, let's remove the protective adhesive. Now, my apologies in advance for the shaky footage. I tried installing a screen recorder app on the device, but it seems that 1 GB of RAM makes it impossible to record anything on the device itself, so I had to improvise. As I didn't like the original launcher, I spent a few hours searching for one that was compatible with this DVR. The only one that was simple and functional was a launcher called Square Home. I also installed two very simple auxiliary apps for controlling the volume and screen brightness. After everything was configured, it was time to have a look at the native apps from this DVR. Starting with the live camera feed, you can toggle between the front camera, rear camera, or having both in a split screen disposition. This device also has what seems to be the new hype, ADAS or Advanced Drive Assistance Systems. Even though it's a simple one, it has the ability to tell you the distance between your vehicle and the ones that can be recognized by the front camera up to a certain distance, to warn you when you're changing lanes, if you're not within a safe distance from the forward vehicle, and the most useful of all is the forward vehicle moving warning, which is very useful when you're stopped behind someone at a red light and the car in front of you starts moving. All those features can be enabled and disabled from the ADAS menu in the live camera feed app. The next app is the car player, where you can see the recorded footage from your past trips or whatever was recorded if you have the parking monitor enabled. While not being a native app for the volume control, I installed a random simple volume control app from the Play Store, as there are no individual volume controls on the DVR, and I replaced the original one. I did the same for controlling the brightness. One of the other native apps is the FM radio, which, as previously explained, allows you to stream the audio from the device into your car radio on whatever frequency you want. Enough with apps. If you just want to use it as a fancy mirror, click the power button and the display will be mostly black, showing only the time. You can also adjust the brightness of the DVR by sliding left and right on this mode. If you click the power button again, the display will go into sleep, but don't worry, as long as it has power, it will keep recording. Oh, and if you click that red button in the corner, you get a nice window showing whatever camera you want to see. Before we jump to the actual footage, I'm going to show you some more shaky one of how the ADAS looks when the DVR app is opened.
Forward vehicle moving.
The true camera specs are somewhat mixed. The actual resolution of the front camera is Full HD and it has a 170 degrees wide angle at 28 fps, while the back camera has a very disappointing 640/480 resolution with 140 degrees wide angle at 15 fps. For 3 minutes footage, the front camera creates a 250 megabytes file if you're recording with sound, and the back camera 25 megabytes. Finally, before closing up this video, you can use the Car Assist app, which allows you to check video footage and the current GPS location of your car, or even your recorded trips, as long as the DVR is connected to the internet. I'm overall pleased with this device. If the back camera was better, it would be an even better buy for the price, considering all the features it has packed in it. I will be giving it a 7 out of 10, and despite the back camera I would still recommend it. I would like to show you more footage, but this simple video took me about 27 hours of continuous work, recording, editing and everything else. So don't forget to like or dislike our video and to ravage that subscribe button, as it really helps our channel. So, this concludes everything for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to ask whatever down in the comments below, and see you next time.